Ma'am, I have doubt.
Yes.
Actually, there's some problem with the question paper. Otherwise, it was good.
The one question was completely,
Yeah, and
options are wrong.
yes, ma'am. C.
Yeah,
I mean,
see.
sixth one. Yeah.
Sixth one problem. And there is A, B, this one, options are not right properly.
Yes, ma'am.
A is written.
Yeah, A, and what are they referring with A and D? The milk or this thing, salt solution.
Yeah. So there is no, don't write option directly. You would have written milk solution and the salt solution.
Yes, ma'am.
You write that one.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
whatever the option, they will consider it.
Ma'am?
Yeah.
Ma'am, and there was one more. They asked, what is the color of a colloid? So I wrote transparent.
Yeah, because they have told he has to give marks.
Yes, ma'am.
That was completely wrong question. They should not do that one. So better, and now you can fight with them. If they won't give you marks for that, you have to fight. Okay, fine. So we'll now continue. Much more we are lagging. We have to finish it faster. This chapter, it will take a lot of time because here are also numericals. Just like whatever the numerical you have seen in 8th chapter, a similar way you have to go through the numericals in this chapter as well for free fall. Only thing you have done there, it is a horizontal motion, linear motion in horizontal direction. Now in this chapter, vertical direction. Much more here, there are more complications as compared to the first one. Because here many things you have to assume and consider, move ahead. You should know that values. Okay, fine. So we'll come to the beginning part. What we have learned. Universal law of gravitation we have completed. So what is universal law of gravitation? It is also called as universal law of gravitation. What is the reason? Why it is called universal law?
Can you repeat? The net disconnected.
Why this gravitational law of gravitation is called as universal law of gravitation?
Ma'am, can I?
Yes.
Ma'am, because it is like it is believed in every part of the world.
Not only
I think
yes, universe.
it is applicable everywhere.
It is applicable for all the objects in this universe, not only applicable for Earth. It is applicable for terrestrial object, that means every object on the Earth, and as well as for all celestial objects. Celestial, that means other things, other planets, stars. For every object outside the Earth also, it is true. This law is true for all the objects, terrestrial as well as celestial. So therefore, it is called as universal law of gravitation. And this law of gravitation tells that every object in this universe always applies force of attraction on any other object. That force is called as gravitational force. And that force is directly proportional to product of masses of two objects and inversely proportional to square of distance between them. So F is directly proportional to M1, M2. Here I have already explained you mathematical expression. You have to remember this. This question is asked for 2 marks. State universal law of gravitation and derive it mathematically. Express it mathematically. So here 2 objects M1 and M2 masses. They are at a distance of d meters from their centers. They applies equal and opposite force. That is a force F is applied by both of them in equal and opposite direction. So F is, according to universal law of gravitation, F is directly proportional to M1 into M2. F is directly inversely proportional to square D square. So F is directly proportional to M1 M2 by D square. So that remove the proportionality constant. We need a constant value, or proportionality. We need a constant. So that constant they got to know as a G value. They have given the name for that constant as capital G. And the capital G value calculated is 6.67 into 10 to power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. Now how we got this unit? Unit of G. And this is also called as universal gravitational constant. Universal because this constant is for all the object. terrestrial as well as celestial object.
Ma'am, what do
Therefore,
you
it
mean
is
by
universal gravitational constant.
this constant is for all objects means?
Celestial, terrestrial.
Yeah, but it is for pen. So means what is it?
What?
Like this universal constant is also for the pen which I'm holding. Yeah. So what will it do? What does it do?
This value will give you the force of attraction between you both. Divided by u both is mass and into d square. So F into d square by m1, m2. If you calculate this value for every object, then this ratio always remain constant and that value is equal to G.
Oh, okay. So all the
Don't do
forces.
anything for all. Now you find out the force applied by you and your pen. Find the distance between them, take a square of it. Divided by, take the both of you's masses, product it, and use this calculation. This calculation is equal to this value always.
From what will we take F? That
You have to calculate force between them. So this force calculation has to be done.
Okay, ma'am.
So this is applicable for all the planets, all the in between any stars. Whenever we calculate the force, we calculate the distance between them, take the square of it and divide it by the product of two masses. So when we do this calculation, this value will be always equal to 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11. Clear?
Ma'am, 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11 means it will be 0.000 something 6.
11 times, 10 times 0 and then 667. So it is finding the unit of G. We have F is equal to G m1 m2 by d square. Now we have to find the formula for G. Keeping G on one side, all these terms we have to take it on other side. So d square here division, it will go to that side as multiplication is equal to G m1 m2. Now this m1 m2 transfer it to other side. Fd square by m1 m2. This is the formula for calculation of G. Now unit of G. SI unit of G, that is equal to F into d square, that is unit of force into unit of d square, because it is d square value, divided by unit of m1 and m2 product. So unit of force is
N.
Newton. Distance meter square divided by unit of m1 kg into kg. So this will become Newton meter square per kg square. Okay. Clear how the value or the unit of G came?
Why can't we take something else? Gram.
They are not given. SI unit, this is the SI unit mass.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the unit calculation of G value, gravitational constant, universal gravitational constant. Now, what is the importance of this law of gravitation? So earlier, before this law of gravitation, there was some of the questions was unanswered. So what are the questions? How the planets are revolving around the sun, how the moon is revolving around the earth, why there are the tides. Do you know, I think so you know, that is tides are due to the force of attraction by the moon.
Yes, ma'am.
So what are the reason behind the tides? The formation of the tides exactly at the moonrise timing. So more tides, more stronger tides we can see whenever there is a moonrise time. Full moon day, it is a maximum. This new moon's day, it is minimum, and the full moon day, these tides are maximum. So what are the reason behind this? So these questions were unanswered question, or any other thing, that is whenever we throw any object upwards, it always falls downwards. So these questions were unanswered earlier, unexplainable, because they were not knowing these concepts. So after knowing this concept, now after that only everyone got to know the reason, actual reason behind all these questions. So this was considered as an importance of law of gravitation. So by law of gravitation explains the phenomena of revolution of planets around the sun, revolution of moon around the earth, or any planets. Everyone has a natural moon, natural satellite, that is moon. So every moon is revolving around every planet. So that also we can explain with the help of this gravitational law. The formation of tides on the earth, that is also because of the gravitational force. Then the any object whenever moves upward always falls downward again towards the earth's surface. So these questions have been answered with the help of gravitational law. So this is the importance of universal law of gravitation. This question is asked for 2 marks. 1 or 2 marks they can ask you. Write the importance of law of gravitation. Okay, so write down this and then importance of universal law of gravitation.
Ma'am, who discovered this?
Newton.
Okay, he did everything.
Yeah.
Ma'am, what is the topic name?
Where you are, Dheeraj? We have gravitation chapter started last class.
Ma'am?
Yes.
Ma'am, you have written the third point that formation of tides due to moon's attraction. But they did not do that moon attracted the tides that time.
That is due to this. Water is attracted by the moon. The moon, now it was told that is Earth is attracting moon always. So that's the reason moon will move in a rotation, circular motion. But moon is also applying force on the earth. Equal force is applied by the earth, but earth won't move towards it. So what is happening? The movable part of the earth is get attracted towards the moon. So movable part, that is a water. So water on the earth that is water in a sea and ocean are attracted towards the moon. So what a tide you thought of?
Ma'am, tides are the waves they rise when
Those are not called tides. Those are waves. Do you know
Ma'am, so
what you mean by tides actually?
Ma'am, they rise and fall rhythmically.
No, those are waves. Tides are actually what happened if you consider this as a earth. Now moon is here, then water in this area. Now here suppose this is a ocean. Like this ocean is there. Now when tide, here is the moon, so the water get attracted towards the moon. So the water in this area will increase because all the water from this will move in this area. So the level of water in this area increases because here is the moon. Moon attracts that water. Therefore, the level of water in this area increases. And here it will decrease. So in this area, at that time, we will see the level of water less. So the beach area is more.
So this happens every day?
Every day.
One more doubt. So why doesn't the soil particles jump?
Which is a movable part.
Ma'am, but soil particles also.
Soil also are moving. Yes, you can see that is much more. When you see in the this one is there. I will show you the tide once. I have explained my son also that time. I've shown him video. Let me check if I will find out. The level of water in that area goes on decreasing. In one area, in the morning time, it will keep on increasing like that. That is happening. So the level, and that's the soil also moving inwards and outwards. It won't happen that is only water is moving. The soil also it is happening. So that is the reason when you take water, the salt is falling on your body. It stick to your body from where? From where the soil came? Salt came. That is along with the water only it is carried out, no?
Ma'am, so then what are waves? What
Those are
formation?
waves.
It is
So
the
those
same.
waves are also the same thing. So waves are also jumping waves are because of the attraction.
Okay. So if no moon, no waves.
Less. Water is peaceful that day.
Yeah.
Ma'am, but only the ocean water gets attracted, not the river and lake water.
River water is very less amount. So that much attraction will not be there.
Okay.
Ma'am, so if we throw water in space, it will start revolving around something.
What?
If we throw water in space, it will start revolving around something or dash
If you move here, when there.
Yeah.
Last year I need to explain my son, so that time I have shown him a video. So you can see this. What happened?
Ma'am, sound is muted.
Sound.
No, sound is not needed.
Okay.
Only see the picture. What is happening? I'll again show you. See the level of water. What happened?
Increasing.
Water level increased. Why? That is because water is moved to this beaches. Now here it is decreasing. It's a one-day change. One second, now I will.
Here's the Earth rotating on its axis every 24 hours. We'll now draw the Earth as a diagram with its surrounding layer of ocean. and to the right is the silvery moon. Everything is attracted to everything else in the universe with the force of gravity. So the moon is attracted to the Earth, and the Earth is equally attracted to the moon. Notice that the two force arrows are the same length, showing that gravitational attractions are of equal strength. But we're only interested in the force on the Earth here. The moon pulls on the ocean closest to it and makes it bulge outwards. When the Earth rotates, the sea level is higher at this point in its rotation, causing a high tide. And a low tide where the oceans don't bulge. So you'd expect one high tide each day. But here it gets interesting because there are two high tides a day. How come? This is because the strength of gravity is greater when objects are closer. We'll call the location of the ocean on the near side of the moon, point A, at the centre of the Earth, point B, and at the far side ocean, point C. The strength of the moon's gravity is strongest at A because it's closest to the moon. So the part of the ocean that bulges towards the moon most is at A. But the moon's gravity also pulls on the Earth, moving it towards the moon as well. This has two effects. First, it makes another bulge at C. Second, it fills in the bulge at A, but not completely, because A has moved further towards the moon than B. Lastly, the far side ocean at C is also attracted to the moon, but it moves least because the moon's gravitational pull here is at its weakest, being farthest from the moon. This leaves a partial bulge at C, though not as big as the one at A. Now we can see why, when the Earth rotates through 24 hours, it goes through two high tides and two low tides. But there's another surprise. By the time the Earth has rotated once and arrived back at its original position, the Moon has moved on a bit because it's orbiting the Earth at the same time. That means that the Earth has to catch up with the Moon, so the next day's high tide is about 50 minutes later. The Moon rises and sets about 50 minutes later too, because the Earth has to catch up with its orbiting Moon. You can even test this by timing the moonrise or moonset from one day to the next. Or check out some tide charts to see if the tides obey this rule too.
Could you understood now?
Yes, ma'am.
Now don't tell that is waves are the tides. Waves and tides are different things. Waves are different. That's whatever you see that is moving up and down, those are waves. And tides, when the one area has more amount of water than the other area, that is called high tide. And when the water level decreases, then it is a low tide. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
And these are all because of the moon's attraction. So that means the Earth is also applying force on the moon, and at the same time the moon is also attracting the Earth. So these are the changes happens in the earth movement. Completely earth won't be pulled, but some distance, some movement will be seen on the earth as well due to attraction of moon, because moon also has a large amount of mass. It's a comparable mass the moon also has. So it will show some differences on the earth due to attraction, due to gravitation force.
So
Clear?
moon is attracting earth and earth is attracting moon.
That is what it is law force of gravity told, no? Law of gravitation told, no? Every object in this are all applying force of attraction on every other object.
So everything should stick together.
Then what if last time I told you to start pulling together? Is it possible to stick, make them stick?
It is pulling and this is...
They're pulling, no, so they are pulling here. You are pulling with this hand to this one and you are pulling this hand to this one. What is happening? Is it possible to stick, make them stick?
No, ma'am.
It's
Oh,
not,
yeah.
they are pulling away from each other.
Okay, they are so-called pulling against each other.
Yeah, in opposite direction, they are pulling each other.
Okay,
How
yeah.
will they stick together?
Okay.
So that's an interesting fact of our universe. That is the reason planets won't fall into the sun. They keep revolving in a fixed shells, fixed orbits.
Yes.
Done this part?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, so why does moon rotate? Why can't it stay at one position? Or why only in circular,
Because
circular?
Earth is also rotating. Earth is also rotating around itself.
Ma'am, but it's not.
And every time, whenever you are keeping this hand like this, and you won't keep it moving, the stone which is connected to the this one, then if you won't apply this is a constant. Will it this one stone remain stationary at one position?
No, ma'am.
So here we need to whirl your hand. This is whirling is needed. Then only that one is revolving. So moon is this one Earth is rotating around its axis.
Yes, ma'am.
So due to that, due to movement, it's keep on attracting the moon every position from every position. So therefore moon is revolving. If it is Earth is constant, then moon will be constant.
Ma'am, but sun is constant. So why are the planets rotating around it?
Sun is constant. Where how it is sun constant? Who told? We were not knowing about the sun. It is constant.
Sun is not rotating.
Sun is not rotating, but we don't know. Planets are also revolving around itself, and due to that it is completing one. The force of attraction is at every position of the sun is different. So according to that, it get pulled every time towards the sun. Its inertia also will act in that. Inertia will come. Force of attraction at different positions will come.
Ma'am, I have heard something like perigee and apogee. Like the moon comes nearer to us for some duration and then it goes far. So is it because the same thing they told that this Earth gets pulled towards the moon?
And Earth is not spherical in shape, complete spherical, circular shape. It is not that. It is oval in shape.
Yes. So moon
Because
comes
of that
for some
also.
time near Earth and then it goes far.
Yeah. So because of the egg-like structure the Earth has.
Okay.
Okay, next we have to learn the free fall. So what is free fall? No, numerical based on this. Here are different types of numericals are there, not a straightforward numerical. Now find the change in gravity. Find the change in force of gravitation applied by two objects if mass of one object is doubled Second, masses of both objects are doubled. Third, distance between their centers is doubled. Fourth, distance between their centers is halved. 5. Distance between their centers tripled. These are the 5 questions.
Ma'am, we have to take X and Y masses.
No, M1, M2.
Okay.
Now see how to solve this easily. How to solve these questions easily. Okay. Now here first, initially the two objects are there. Mass M1, mass M2. The distance between their centers is D, we are considering. So they will apply force F on each other. Okay. Now what is the force then? Original force is F is equal to G M1 M2 by D square. Right? First listen how to solve. These are very important questions and always asked questions. F is equal to G M1 M2 by D square. This is the original force applied by the two objects on each other when they are separated by the distance D. Now what is the first case they have told? In the first case, mass of one object is doubled. So suppose mass becomes now 2m1. First object's mass will become 2m1. Okay. Now what is the change will take place? We will consider the new force as F1. New force is F1 now because mass is double. That means there is a change. Dheeraj, first listen. So F1 is equal to G. The first object mass is 2m1 into m2 divided by d square. Is this clear? First object's mass is 2m1 into second object mass remain unchanged m2 and d square. So F1 is equal to G 2m1 m2 by d square. So now take this 2 outside. Can I write this as 2 into G m1 m2 by d square?
Yes, ma'am.
So now
M2 by 2 should come, no? M2 by 2.
write m2 by 2. It is a product, not addition.
Oh yeah, okay.
Now what is the value? This value is F. So 2 into F is equal to F1. So how much is the force changed?
Double.
2
Double
times.
of the first time. So it becomes double. So force will be doubled. Or becomes 2 times. Clear?
Yes,
How to solve? Is this clear? Solving is very important. The way of solving is very important to understand it also. Now the object masses of both the objects has been doubled. So first object mass will be 2m1 and second object mass is equal to 2m2. M1 was the initial mass. Now it becomes double. So 2m1. Second object's mass is m2. So it will become double. So 2m2. Now what is the new force? F2 I will consider now because F1 I have considered for the initial first case. So F2 is equal to G. First object mass is 2m1. Second object mass is 2m2 by d square. Now this is 2 into 2, 4. Can I take 4 common? Outside, not common, outside.
Yes,
so 4 into G m1 m2 by d square. Can I write like this? Now this will become 4 into original force, F. So F2 is 4F. This means
Forced up 4 times.
force increases by 4 times. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Then the third case, what they have told, distance between their centers is doubled. No change in mass, distance has been changed. So third case, distance is 2d. New distance is equal to 2d. So now force will be equal to new force. F3 is equal to G M1 M2. Now d square, that means 2d now, whole square. It's clear, in place of d, we have to substitute 2d and we have to take the square of it. So this will become G M1 M2 by 4d square. So this 4 is the denominator. So therefore, we have to take 1 by 4 outside. Then G M1 M2 by d square.
Force is quad.
So it is 1 by 4 outside, not 4 cannot directly come out. It is 4 is in the denominator, so it will remain in the denominator. So this is equal to F3 is equal to 1 by 4 and this is original force 4.
1/4
So it
of
is
force.
1/4 of this one. So that means it is decreases by 4 times. So force will decrease by 4 times. Because you can write this as F by 4. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Then try the next part. So first write down this question, then answer. First 3 parts, 4th and 5th try by yourself.
Ma'am, a very fundamental doubt means just I'm not able to click. Like 2m1 m2 by d square. How do you take 2 common? It is just 2
It's
into
a
m.
multiplication, 2xy. If it is a 2xy, can you write 2 into xy?
Yes.
That is only we have done, no?
But g, what about g?
G is there, no, 2xyz is there. It is not addition. If addition is there, we have to think a lot. There is no addition sign.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, I understood.
So whatever you are thinking, that is for addition we are doing it. Here is no addition sign.
Yes, ma'am.
Question have you completed? Written down? Proper question?
Yes, ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
And copy down this. And this is the way you are solving. Don't get confused with any other method. This is a very easier method and we are using it for many places. The same method we are using it. 10th, most of the questions you have to solve with the same method. And even in your many of the other questions also you can easily solve by these methods.
And there are other methods.
Solving, finding F1 and F and then dividing it.
Okay, so
F1
more
by F,
complicated.
yeah, it will be more complicated. This is after this 15 years of a time, I got this the easier method. Students also can understand and it will remain in their mind for a longer duration. and they can apply it for many other purposes also.
Ma'am, can you
Okay.
scroll it down?
Because in work and energy also there are some questions based similar to this one. So you can use that. Whenever there is a comparison, you can use this method.
Ma'am, if everyone is okay with it, I wanted to see the third one.
You try to solve by yourself now. I have explained that
Okay,
time,
ma'am.
so you were understood. So try to solve by yourself. And then when I will write down, you will understood that is whether you're done right or wrong. You have to write this sentence always at the end. Don't leave it F1 is equal to 2F. This sentence carries marks. Force will be doubled. Force will be 4, becomes 4 times, increases by 4 times, decreases by 4 times. This sentence you have to write down.
Ma'am,
Yeah,
I just have a doubt.
yeah.
It's not related to this, but I have this doubt from many years. So
Okay.
can I just ask?
Yeah.
Ma'am, when we throw stone into water, we see circle forming around it. So why is it only circle and not any other thing? And why does it be formed?
That will come under the waves part, the sound part actually. The sound is produced and that waves are formed due to in a traveling of sound energy. Sound energy travels on the surface of the liquid in the form of wave, and those waves are up and down waves. The particles in that case are moving up and down. So
Why
those
only
are not
circle?
moving. So there are many energy is transmitted from in all the directions. There is no single wave is not transferred. It is many sound energies have been traveled in all radial manner. So all of them combine and show the effect of the circles. So those are not actually circles. Those are formed due to collective effect of all the sound energy which are traveling in all possible directions. Now the same vibrations are produced right now when I'm speaking around my every place of my, all the particles of the air have been transferring the same energy. Only thing difference is in this case right now air, the particles are moving like this horizontally. They are coming back, moving forward, coming back, moving forward. The horizontal movement is there. That is called as longitudinal wave. And in case of sound, this on the surface of the liquid, the particles moves up and down. So that up and down motion is called as transverse wave. When the sound energy travels in this form, that means the particles are carrying energy in the form when they keep vibrating upward, downward. So it will form one wave. Millions of waves are formed around that stone is formed. Immediately the sound is traveled in all directions. So many waves have been formed radially, circularly. All of them are carrying energy. So collective effect of that is a circle. Clear?
Yes, ma'am. I remember someone telling that it is because even Earth is round. Well, like I was small at that time, so
No, no, not because of that. Now
yes.
here, this is a pond. Suppose you take it, here is a tub. You place a water here. Now here the particles present in this shows the upward downward movement. Particles are here also present. So they also upward downward movement will show. So here also the particles are moving in up and down. So here also particles are moving up and down. Here also particles are moving up and down. So everywhere or many particles are there, no? Everywhere. So every position. So all of them are moving up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. So what we can see. And everything at the same time, everyone are behaving as the same. So that you will see as a circle. So at the same time in this radius are moving upward and then immediately they go down. Again moves up, again go down. So the particles are not leaving place. They are moving only up and down, up and down. So that is visualization is in the form of circle.
Okay, ma'am.
Clear?
Ma'am, we learned it this year.
Sound chapter removed from your syllabus.
Okay.
We have removed sound chapter fully, yeah.
Ma'am, is the answer for the fourth one like the force is increased by 4 times when
Yes, it
distance
is
is
increase. Yes.
Can you just show the statement of the third? Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. I will show you that visualization at the end of the class.
Okay, ma'am.
How it looks like you consider.
Ma'am, for the fifth one, is the force reduced by 1 by 9?
Yes, right. Not no, reduced and 1 by
It's
9.
reduced by 9
Completely
times.
right.
It is reduced by 9 times, sorry.
Yeah, it reduced by 9 times. You are reducing also and 1 by 9 times also. It's completely wrong statement. That means it is increased by 9 times according to that statement.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, in the fourth one, does the distance increase by 4 times?
Distance won't increase, the force will increase.
Yeah,
Yeah.
force.
Yes, right.
Ma'am, it will be like G into 4m1 m2 by d square in the
Yes.
third.
Yes.
And then the 4 will come here.
So that is d by 2 whole square. So it will become d square by 4. So by 4 will go to the numerator.
That is 4 times force will increase, right?
Yeah, force will increase by 4 times.
Ma'am,
Yeah. Yes.
is by-
Not getting.
ma'am,
Yes.
yeah, in the fifth one, will the force decrease by 9 times?
Yes. Force will decrease by 9 times.
Okay, ma'am.
Trishna, this is the answer of your question.
Yes, ma'am.
What is happening? See the one particle. They have shown the orange particle. Particle is not leaving place. It is only moving in a circular motion. It's actually not a circular motion. It is up and down motion. It is moving up and coming down. One particle. Every particle behaves the same way. But how the effect is seen? Clear?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
No particle is smaller circle.
Yellow particle is a smaller one. So this particle, it is shown with the circle, with the help of circle, it shows the movement of one particle. So how the particle is moving? Particle is not leaving its place. It is not moving. It looks like the object from the center, it is moving away from the center. But actually that is not happening. The particle is moving up and down in the same position. But it carries a one look visualization. So that we visualize as the wave. So this is what happening on the surface of the liquid. Every particle, you keep eye on every particle. What is happening? See, not only that particle, every particle, see how it is showing the effect. This type of a wave is called as transverse wave. Clear?
Ma'am, what wave?
Transverse wave. Two types of waves are present. One is transverse wave and another one is longitudinal wave. So whatever you see that is above the surface of the earth, water, that is called as transverse wave. Another wave is a longitudinal wave in which particles are moving side by side.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Here it is. 1 second. This is it. It happens in inside all party medium. In air medium, the particles are moving like this. They are not actually leaving their place. They are present. All the particles are present at one position. Only thing, it seems to be they have carried something. So you look like, if you don't see the each particle, how it is visualized. It looks like something is moving.
Yes, ma'am.
So it is actually nothing is moving. Only the information is carried out. Here, in this manner, they are transferring energy from one end to other end. So the energy is traveled, but particles are not moving. They're moving, that means they are not leaving their place. They are only side by side. Vibration is, to and fro movement is seen. Oscillation, that we call as oscillation. So it is here, if you see the all red particles are not leaving their place. So red particles are explained to show you the actually what happens to the particle. You can check with every particle. You keep eye on any of the particle, black color also. So they are only moving to and fro. Moving forward, coming back to mean position, going back, again coming back to the mean position. So, but in this motion, they are traveling energy, they are transferring energy. So this is called as longitudinal wave. This way the sound travels in a medium. This is the way by which the sound travels when I was speaking, and it reaches you when you are in front of me, not through the this one, not through the internet. Through the internet, it is traveling in the form of light energy.
Ma'am, but from the speaker to us, it is like this only.
Electricity. Yeah. From speaker to you, it is in the same form. Clear? Now done the fourth one. Fourth one, how you got?
Yes, ma'am.
F4 is equal to G M1 M2 by D by 2 whole square. So this is equal to G M1 M2 by D square by 4. So this denominator will transfer to the numerator as reciprocal. G M1 M2 into 4 by D square. So this 4 we will write it outside. G M1 M2 by D square. So this is equal to 4F. So new force will increase. The force will increase by 4 times. And the second, third, this one fifth case is G M1 M2. Distance tripled, that means 3 times. So this is 1 by 9 G M1 M2 by D square. So this is 1 by 9 F. So force decreases by 9 times. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
And in some of the time, they will give you the initial force and they will ask you to find out the new force. For MCQ questions or for 1 markers, they can ask this kind of a questions, and these are very important questions from this chapter. Now next we will learn free fall. Now what do you mean by free fall? Now whenever any object falls from a particular any height on the surface of the earth, so when object released from this height, what will happen to the, it will move downwards. It is under the influence of gravitational force. So it moves downward because the gravitational force is acting on it. So therefore it moves downwards. So when it is moving downward, what happens to the velocity?
Increases
Or speed?
uniformly.
It is increases because it is more and more force will apply, because we know that is as the force is this inversely proportional to the distance. So now this is a one object and the earth is a second object. So when it is moving downwards, the distance between them is keep on decreasing. When the object is coming down at this position, distance decreases. Again, when it reaches this position, distance decreases. As distance decreases, what happens to the force?
It increases.
It will increase because force is inversely proportional to square of, inversely proportional, indirectly proportional. So therefore, if the distance decreases, automatically the force will keep on increasing. So when force on that object increases, so what happens? Automatically the speed in the object will be more. So therefore, when the object falls downwards, its velocity increases. So whenever there is an increase in velocity, causes an acceleration. So this motion is uniformly accelerated motion, because the speed is also changing equally. Here equal change in speed will be taken place. Uniformly accelerated motion. Okay. Now this acceleration, here the object is under the influence of gravity. Object is under the influence of Earth's gravity. So the type of acceleration produced is called acceleration due to gravity. So therefore, type of acceleration produced is called acceleration due to gravity. And this is denoted by the letter G, small g. Don't get confused with capital G and small g. It is a small g, acceleration due to gravity, small g value. So the acceleration produced in the object whenever it is moving downwards or moving upwards. There also, when the object is moving upward, what happens in that? Velocity
Decrease.
velocity decreases. So whenever there is a change in velocity, whether it is increasing or whether it is decreasing, doesn't matter. But there is a change. So whenever there is a change in velocity, that motion we call as accelerated motion. So here is also acceleration will be there, but it is a negative acceleration.
Minus g.
There is a negative acceleration. So first case, when object falls downwards, force of gravity on that object increases, thus velocity increases, so acceleration is positive. So therefore G is positive. Second case, when object thrown upward, force of gravity decreases. Hence, velocity goes on decreasing. So, acceleration will be negative. So, G is negative. Clear?
And when the object is just kept on Earth, no acceleration.
No acceleration, no motion. No motion, no acceleration.
Okay.
Okay, so we can find the value of G also by the formula. So we have to derive the formula for G. So there is this calculation, the value of G, that is what you got as 9.8. It is calculated by using again the law of gravitation. So write down first this part, free fall. Free fall definition: when object is under the influence of Earth's gravitational force, when it is released. When it is released from some height. Movement of that object is called movement of that object is called free fall.
This week we'll have any test?
Your exam will get over now. Yes, it will be. Chapter test. Tissue objective.
When, ma'am?
Tissue objective will be on Sunday. We will take the test of 6th chapter full. And tissue will be on Monday. So 6th chapter full on Sunday. This Saturday again you have holiday.
Sixth chapter in science.
Maths. Both tissues and those one are 6th chapter. Maths 6th chapter, first lines and angles.
Ma'am, everything. R.S. Agarwal.
Everything, yes. R.S. Agarwal also.
R.D. Sharma also.
R.D. Sharma, no. Only R.S.
Ma'am, in science?
Science tissue objective.
No.
Sunday maths test is there.
Yeah, Sunday maths test and Monday science test.
And which chapter in maths?
Maths 6 lines and angles.
Okay.
Done, ma'am. Ma'am, no class on Saturday.
Saturday no class. Ganesh Puja.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, so when the object is under the influence of Earth's gravity, then the
Yeah.
acceleration is called acceleration.
Acceleration due to gravity.
And what's the value of this? 9.98.
9.8
Okay.
meter per second square. So that calculation we have to do.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. Then I will only explain you the last part and then you can 12:06, no, 12:20 you have class, right? So here how that value of G as 9.8 they have calculated. Listen very carefully. So this is the Earth of mass m we are considering. This is the object of mass small m moving downwards. The force of attraction F is acting on it. Okay. So force is equal to, we have the force applied on this object is force is equal to G, capital M, mass of the earth, small m, mass of the object, divided by distance between them is this distance is very negligible distance when we are falling from the first floor or second floor of the building. This distance is not that much comparable. Here the center of the earth. So this distance is the radius of the earth. When we compare the radius of the earth with this distance, so this value is highly negligible. So therefore, approximate distance between this object and the center of the earth we will consider as the radius of the earth. So that is equal to r square. Though this value is h, but h is much smaller than r. So we are neglecting that value. So rounding off to r square. This is a force applied on this object by the earth's gravity, right? And then force last this one class, that is in second chapter you have learned the force is equal to force applied on this object is equal to mass into acceleration.
Yes, ma'am.
So mass of the body and acceleration produced in this object as g. Mass into acceleration. What is acceleration in this case? It is under the influence of earth's gravity, so therefore it is acceleration due to gravity. Now both the forces are equal. So therefore G m by r square is equal to m into g. This mass and this mass get cancelled. So what is the value of small g is equal to capital G, capital M by r square. So mass of the earth and radius of the earth. So g value depends on this is a constant value, it won't change, depends on the mass of the earth and the radius of the earth. It is independent of mass of the object. So therefore every object, whenever they are falling, they should reach the ground at the same time. What explained by this is verified by Galileo. Galileo verified this. Any two objects of any masses, when they fall freely from the same height, they reach the surface at the same time because acceleration produced in them is independent of their masses. It is completely dependent on only g value, mass of the earth and radius of the earth. Clear? And by substituting the value of mass of the earth and radius of the earth, when we calculate this calculation will approximately equal to 9.8 meter per second square.
G is only approximate. It's not perfect.
It's not perfect. It is approximate value 9.8.
Ma'am?
Yeah.
Ma'am, I doubt that how is G mm by r square equal to mg?
Because this is the force applied by the earth on the object.
Yes.
According to universal law of gravitation.
So the mg is also equal to that.
And mg is also equal to the mass, this force applied on that object. Because we know F is F is equal to m into A. A is acceleration. Mass into acceleration produced in that object is equal to force that we have derived in the second 9th chapter. So both are the same forces. So when we equate them, we will get the value of G. Small g is equal to capital G m by r square. And this is approximate calculation, not the exact calculations. So we will get approximately it is equal to 9.8. Clear? Then writing part you will do it next class. I will give you. Proper writing has to be done here because this is also an important question. We will do it next class. You can leave now.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.